Motorcycle accessory market has exploded lately with Chinese multimedia screens. Not so long ago I reviewed one and today I've got another one for you. Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I'll be reviewing Aoocci C6Pro wireless CarPlay and Android Auto dashcam / tire monitoring system multimedia screen. Wow, that was a mouthful. And if you decide after watching this review that you would like to buy one of those, I have arranged for you 22% discount with code MotoAndy22. I will give you more information at the end of this video. Before I go on with this review, first few information as usual. So, this video is sponsored by Aoocci. Some time ago I received an email from a gentleman with a very Chinese name Scott. And Scott asked me if I would like to review their product. And most of you probably know that I'm very picky about what I'm reviewing. So I sent a very long email to Scott with all my conditions. And the most important is objectivity and honesty in my reviews. Scott thanked me for the very long email and he agreed with my conditions. He also said that he has confidence in their product. So very good for you, Scott, but today I will try to find if there is anything wrong with your product. So without further ado, let's get to the review and I will start with unboxing. I received two boxes and as you can probably see, this small one is a bit smashed. And that's maybe because it was delivered in this aluminium bag. So if I can suggest something, please send your stuff in a carton box. It would prevent such accidents. In this box there are mounts for the screen, 1-inch ball mount for the screen and another mount for the handlebars and another bag with screws, bolts, and I believe there is a Torx wrench. Yes, that's correct. The box itself is very high quality. It is very thick paper box, carton box. It sounds like a wooden box. In the box you will find a 6.26-inch CarPlay Android Auto touchscreen with a super bright 1000 nit display with automatic brightness adjustment, Aoocci Auto Power On feature, IP67 waterproof, built-in GPS system for navigation and route tracking, which records your path and provides detailed journey data. It can work in the temperature range from -10 to 60 degrees Celsius. The unit is made of very good quality materials and a sunshade is included in the set. Additionally, the box includes wired remote controller with mounting brackets, front and rear 1080p Full HD cameras with 140-degree wide-angle view and low-light recording, tire pressure and temperature monitoring sensors, power cable, USB cable, camera connection cables, 64GB micro SD memory card, set of mounts, screws, wrenches and screwdrivers, and operation guide. I will install this included in a set the 64GB memory card, and on the bottom of the unit there is a small hatch with 2 screws, and I can remove that thanks to the included in a set Phillips screwdriver, which is very handy. And inside are 2 rubbers, and on those rubbers are symbols, symbol of the memory card here, type C, and the other one. Okay, so here we have USB-C, probably for downloading or uploading, and here must be the memory card slot. These screws are very tiny, so I wouldn't suggest doing that somewhere on the roads. But Phillips screwdriver, very handy. I will test this unit properly on the road, but because I have this USB cable, I can connect it to the phone charger. I just want to see if this unit is working, and I want to see if it is connecting with my phone. And it's already on. Okay, so let's just check a few things. I have connected these cameras, so let's see if they are working and how they're working. Driving recorder. Oh, here we go. Let me see. Here I am, the man with the glasses. So, as you can see on the screen, we have a footage which looks quite good. So that's one camera. Okay, how can I switch to the other one? Okay, here we go. This is the other one. So right now I have the left camera, and now I have right camera, which is upside down, but that doesn't matter. Anyways, I must say the quality of these cameras is actually pretty good. So I'm very interested how they're going to work outside. So I'm already connecting to Bluetooth. Yeah, that's it. So it's this one. Let's connect. And I believe we are connected. Okay, I did have some small issue with connecting my phone. Bluetooth connection was instant, but I had problems with connecting with Android Auto, and it took me a few minutes, but finally I connected. Okay, the quick test is done at home. Now it's time to go to the garage and install this multimedia screen on my bike, which won't be very easy because I have a lot of cables, but I will manage for sure. So without further ado, I will transport myself to the garage. I'm in the garage and I'm gonna install the Aoocci wiring in my bike. However, I won't be showing you everything how I did because I won't be using these 1-inch ball mounts which are in a set. I did my own custom mount from my old TomTom bracket, and if I want to show you everything it will be a very long video, so I will record everything, I will have a footage from it, and if you will be interested in how I did it, just let me know in the comments, and I'm gonna make another separate video only from installation, wiring and everything. Okay, let's begin. Okay, the moment of truth. And here we go. So this is the front camera, that's the rear camera. So everything is working. That's one remote controller with the custom mount which fits here perfectly. I need to screw in the lock nuts, and then this quite bulky sensor. So I add air in the tires, but it doesn't showing me right tire pressure. On the front I have 2.5 at the moment, it's showing me 2.1. And at the back I have 2.9 and he's showing me 1.9. But I'm thinking that maybe when I start riding he will be showing me the right tire pressure. So the installation is done. All what is left to do is some road testing. So I will test how the cameras work, how the tire pressure monitoring system works, how the screen works, navigation in the screen. And I will try to do that in the daylight, by night, and in the rain if it's going to rain, because lately there is almost no rain, it's very dry. Well, let's go on the road. First thing I want to check is the tire pressure monitoring system. I'm gonna check that now, but I'm gonna stop here. I want to do it stationary. I don't want to play with the screen while riding. I have here this little dot, and when you touch it then you have another menu in it, so you can choose a main screen, volume settings, brightness settings, or the cameras. I need to go to the main screen because here I have tire pressure monitoring system, and that is not correct. It says front is 2.8 and the back is 2.4. Did I install these sensors wrong? No, it's not possible. I don't believe I did that. No, it says rear.
And this one has a letter F, which is front. So what the hell? I think I know what the problem is. You can remove these caps with the letters to reach the battery. And I think these are wrongly placed. So I need to change the caps and I need to change the sensors. Because theoretically the tire pressure is more or less accurate. It's 2.7, 2.3. That depends on the temperature of the tires, of course. So it is working, but the sensors are on the wrong wheels. As you can see in the menu, you can set the alarm, low alarm and high alarm. So when the tire pressure is too low, it's gonna give you a message on the screen, and the same story if the pressure is too high. We can set the tire unit for bar or PSI, temperature unit for Celsius or Fahrenheit, tire warning on, off. So yeah, I need to switch the sensors, they on the wrong wheels. The screen brightness I have setting here, and right now is auto setting. So it will go automatically brighter or darker, depends on light conditions outside. Auto bright off. So now I can set what I want and it will stay this way. The screen sensitivity is not the top notch. Sometimes I need to touch twice, but I'm doing it in my gloves, so maybe that's why. Now I have here a remote controller with 3 buttons. The first button of the remote control is for answering the phone call and switching on the Android Auto music. So in my case it's Spotify. The red flashing light you see, it's recording, so the cameras are recording right now, and you can see this as well on the screen, on the top of the screen, and it is recording in loop. So you can set 1 minute loop, 3 minutes loop and 5 minutes loop. Middle switch is for main screen, so to go back in the main menu, main screen, or previous screen, because it's not going to the main screen. It's always going to the previous. So I have a camera, Spotify, camera, Spotify. So I don't know why. And another thing what I can do with this button is when I push and then hold, it's making a picture. So I'm getting picture from both cameras. And the third button is for the cameras. So if I press 1, I have now a rear camera. If I press again, I have a front and a rear. If I press again, I have a rear and a front. And if I press again, I have a front camera. This remote control is actually pretty handy. Okay, let's test now the cameras on the move. So I have a Google Maps right now, which means that I'm connected with Android Auto. And now I'm gonna press the last button on the remote controller. And I have the view from the rear camera. Switch to the front. We are going into the tunnel now. Still looking good. The auto brightness just changed. The screen gets a bit darker. Something riding in the back, so let's switch to the rear camera. Let's see what it is. It's a motorcycle, or more than one. This rear camera feature is very, very handy. It actually works as an extra mirror, because the camera has wide angle view, it's 140 degrees angle view, so I can see the whole street behind me. I find it very handy, especially in the traffic. So I will try to show you how it works in the traffic. There are traffic lights in front of us, so maybe I will have the chance to show you that. I have a clock and the date, and I have a speed. Let me set the cruise control. I have 81 and this is 78, 79. So it's 2 kilometers less, but that's absolutely normal because this speed is GPS based, so which means that it reads from satellite with what speed are you traveling, but that's never accurate. It's always this 2 kilometers difference. So I would say no big deal. Theoretically, maybe I could use this footage on my videos, my YouTube videos. However, I will need to do some more testing because it looks good on the screen. Maybe it won't look good on my computer, on the big screen. So we'll see when I transfer this footage to my computer. But it is for sure handy in the traffic. Just look at that. I'm gonna go before this car and I can see exactly where this car is, and I see that another one is coming on my left, so I can control in my regular mirror. Look at that, that's very handy. I like that feature. I like it because I can watch what is happening behind me, and if there is, for example, an asshole that wants to be very close to me, which happens quite often, they're just sitting on your ass few centimeters behind you, so I can always react if this happens. And also, let's say, for example, there is accident happening behind me. I would probably not see that fast enough in my mirrors to react, but I would see for sure very quickly on the screen that there is something happening, and then I can just flee. Yeah, I can see very good what car it is, what brand, what color. I can see very good the number plates and the driver, which is quite important, because if something happens and this person decides to run for it, then you have a recording. So somehow factory have wrongly placed these two caps. So the front is actually rear and the rear is actually front. Handy little wrench. And that's gonna be the front, and now it should be the right way. It's still showing not okay, but maybe I need to ride for a while. So about the screen, what I noticed is the sensitivity is not the highest. So when I wanna move the Google Maps, there is a delay. Another problem is, I'm gonna show you first on my phone. So this is the Google Maps on the phone, and as you can see, the sensitivity, that's absolutely different planet. And now another thing is, I can zoom in or zoom out the Google Maps with 2 fingers. I swipe 2 fingers and have bigger. Unfortunately, I can't do it here. It's just moving the map another place. So I can zoom in and zoom out only with these plus minus buttons. And as you can see, I touch the screen and the effect is half a second later, which is not very bad. But yeah, it is a shame that I cannot zoom in or zoom out. But to be fair, I cannot do that on my TomTom as well. My TomTom works exactly the same way, but the screen is working much faster than this. Another thing I notice, on my phone I can choose, for example, a place, a road, and when I touch with my finger and I hold, then I'm getting this address and I can navigate there. Unfortunately, that's not possible here. Let's say I want to go to this street, so I touch, I hold, nothing is happening. So actually I need to do it on my phone and I need to start navigate. So I'm getting now instructions on in my intercom, voice instruction, and I have the navigation on. You have to do it on your phone and then it will transfer everything to the screen. Here we have an Esso petrol station, and if I touch this, no problem. So it's directing me to this petrol station, but unfortunately I cannot choose myself a place. So I would say the touch sensitivity is not top notch. It is working. Look, I just touched and nothing happened. I have to touch again, nothing. Third time it is working. Sometimes it's working very quickly, sometimes not. It takes a while for it to work. Now the camera is going very quickly. This is quite quickly. This is quite quickly. Oh look, now I have right reading on my tire pressure settings. So front is 2.3, back is 2.7, and that is correct now. As you can see, I'm in the darkness, and first thing I'm gonna test is the auto brightness. I want to see how bright this screen is. It's pretty bright at the start. Okay, now it's much darker, but I'm staying underneath the street light, so okay, let's wait until it connects with CarPlay. Yes, here we go then. Let me see first if that is minimum. What we can do here. Brightness, it's at the minimum now. Yeah, so it won't be any darker than this. So this is the darkest road in this area, and it is pretty bright. In my opinion, these screens have this problem that they are too bright. This screen is a bit smaller from the other one that I was tested before, but the brightness is still there. I'm getting the mirror effect in my windscreen a bit. If you want to ride at night, it's just too much. Because look, when I do that on my phone, can I do it on my phone? Why is my phone not getting darker now? Yeah, I would probably have to turn off the screen. And that is another problem. I cannot turn off this screen because there is no switch. This screen is all the time on. So yeah, the brightness is an issue here for the night riding, at least for me. Okay, let's test the cameras now. Yeah, another issue I see, the remote controller has no backlight, so I don't see the buttons. I just see the recording red light, which is not flashing now. I don't know why. So yeah, that's a bit of an issue. I don't see the buttons. Okay, so that is the rear camera. Well, footage is not the best. Very grainy. Let's see the front. Yeah, I have a problem with finding buttons. That's the front view. Front view is much better. There is more light. Let's switch my fog lights. Now that's even more. And I see the pieces of my fairing on the top of this screen. Yeah, rear view is less impressive. So yeah, I wouldn't say the cameras are good at night. They are doing something, but not top quality. When I'm riding under the street light, the footage is getting much better, like now. But it is far away from perfect. And the Google Maps are too bright for me. If I need to use the Google, I will use the phone, because my phone, the maps are getting very dark. Actually, I'm getting black Google Maps, so they are absolutely not bright, so much better for navigating at night. This screen doesn't have switch, so I cannot switch that off if I want to. Let me see if I can use the Google on my phone now. No, it's gonna send the maps to the screen, and that is the issue for me. When the screen is off and I do the maps, look, I'm getting black maps with the blue directions, and that is perfect for navigating at night. So yeah, few major problems with night riding with this screen.
I was planning to testing this screen in raining conditions, and I was waiting especially for today because it's supposed to rain all day today, but it is 5 p.m. and there was just a few drops of rain, and I don't believe it will rain. It's supposed to rain pretty hard right now, and I don't think it's gonna happen. So I'm gonna do the next best thing. I'm gonna make my own rain. And as I expected, weird things are happening. Yeah, the screen is living his own life right now. Let's see if the same will happen in main screen. Yeah, it's switching itself. Now here we go, here we go. So the screen is maybe IP67 waterproof, so the electronics inside of the screen are safe, but the screen is living its own life when he gets a lot of water. Which is a bit strange because I think that this screen is not sensitive enough. But it is sensitive enough for the water. So now the screen is doing, I don't know what it's doing actually. It's doing strange things. So, ladies and gents, this video is getting way too long, so it is time for a very quick conclusion. So, I'm going to give you all the pros and cons about the Aoocci C6 Pro. I will start with the pros. It's well made, it's good quality, it is small, which is very important because on the motorcycle you cannot have a very big screen. It's just not going to work. Wireless CarPlay and Android Auto, which is all about this screen, so you can use your screen as your phone, but you can keep your phone in your pocket, of course. The tire pressure monitoring system is working good. It is very handy. You have all the time control over your tire pressure, which is quite important when you're traveling. Two dash cams, 1080p, 140 degrees angle view. Very handy, especially the rear camera. I can see everything on the screen what is happening behind me. And that's quite important for my safety. I really like that feature. Very good price quality ratio. You're getting quite a big set with the screen with two cameras, with TPMS sensors, all the wiring, on the mount, screws, bolts and even a Phillips screwdriver. And all of that, if you use discount code, it costs about 160 euros, which personally I think that is really good price. And now the cons, according to my opinion, of course. So, screen. I think the sensitivity of the screen is too low. So touching the screen there is a delay. Screen doesn't react immediately, which is a little bit shame because I'm very used to my phone when everything is happening very quickly. On this screen everything is going much slower. Another big issue for me is the brightness of the screen at night. It's just way too bright. I have way too many light in my eyes and I am not focusing on the road what I should do when I'm riding at night. Fortunately, I'm not riding a lot at night. So if you are riding in the daylight mostly, I think you'll be fine. Maybe this can be easily fixed by updating software. That would definitely solve the problem. I think that switch should be there. Switch would be very handy addition to the screen, because if you don't want to look at the screen, you just can turn it off. Right now, the only thing I can do is disconnect the power cable, which is a bit complicated. So if I can give a suggestion to the manufacturer, make a switch. Another issue, the cameras at night. I understand that these are not 4K cameras, this is just dashboard cameras, so the quality is not very important, but at night it doesn't work at all. You've seen yourself, it's just a very pixelated screen. Another issue, according to me, there is no backlights for the buttons on the remote controller, and at night they are just not visible. But again, if you are not riding at night, then you'll be fine. In the middle of the day they are visible without any problems. And the last problem, too much screen sensitivity for water. So when I was spraying the water, this screen was doing very weird things. It was switching by itself, it was living its own life. But to be fair, to get such amount of water on your screen, you would have to ride in a hurricane or underneath the waterfall. I don't believe that you will get so much water on your screen that you will get crazy. However, it happened a few times when I was riding in the rain that the drops of water, so drops of rain, were changing my screen on my phone. So it is possible that that can happen on this screen as well. Unfortunately, I didn't have chance to check that in real rainy condition because it was just not raining last month. Okay, that was it for this video. Very long video, but I really want to show you all the advantages and disadvantages of this product and give you really honest and objective opinion about it. If you are interested to purchase the Aoocci C6 Pro, as I mentioned, there is 22% discount for you with the code MotoAndy22. All what you need to do, you have to go to the description of this video. There is a link which you can click and you will be redirected to our Aoocci website where you can purchase this very nice set. So without further ado, I will end this video. Enough is enough. So thank you for watching and of course see you in the next one.